Hi guys, welcome back. Don't lose sight of the market because things are getting a bit sticky at the moment. The Sensex is now down to the lowest point, down about 100 odd points. The mid-cap index is selling off quite a bit actually, and a lot of stocks, NBFCs have started to correct, and that is the problem pocket for the market over the last fortnight. Edelweiss is now down almost about 4 odd %. Bajaj Finance has moved to the low point. Don't know if there's a second blowout in the NBFC space that's coming, but definitely there's some nervousness in this space. A couple of stocks like Apollo Tyres ahead of their numbers tomorrow are also under pressure, so not looking good for the markets at the moment. But let's talk about crude prices. They've been gaining quite a bit in trade today actually, and have already breached that $71 a barrel mark. Manisha Gupta joins in with the details. Manisha, we are seeing some ramifications in the stock markets, but you tell us, what's the reason for the move that we've seen today?
Well, it is about the Saudi Arabia oil minister's statements that have been coming over the weekend, and today as well we were flashing it a few minutes back on how Saudi Arabia on its own is going to cut 500,000 barrels per day from the month of December. And Saudi Arabia a few minutes back said that as per the analysis of the joint committee meeting, 1 million barrel per day from the October levels will need to be cut going forward, and that is the only way to balance the supply and demand in the global markets. Well, we have seen supplies increasing from OPEC itself. The compliance now stands at 104%. We also have seen all-time high production from US at 11.6 million barrels per day, near record high production from Russia as well. So even as the markets were readying themselves for the Iran sanction deadline, we have seen a generous waiver come in from the US, and we also have seen increase in supplies and the demand itself, demolish on the lower side for this year and the next year estimates as well, and that seems to be weighing onto the prices. But at this point in time, it clearly is rhetoric. The conversation, the meeting outcome that seems to be supporting the prices. Much more would need to be done and seen on the 6th and 7th December meeting from OPEC and allies before you can see any more strength going forward.
All right, Manisha, thanks so much for getting us all those important details on the movement in crude oil prices. Now, a whole host of pharma stocks, they are in focus. Today, we are talking about Workhard, Lupin, Biocon, and Ekta Batra is right here to give us a roundup on what's happening there. Ekta, let's start with Workhard, which is rallying in trade today.
I'll start with Workhard, which is reacting to its Q2 FY19 numbers. Revenue was up around 10 odd % on a year-on-year basis, which was led primarily by the US business, which was around 17% of their global sales, which was up 18% in rupee terms. The emerging markets did well as well, up around 68% year-on-year, which was around 13% of their global revenue sales, and the margins improved to 6% versus 2.1% year-on-year. Losses, however, continued at around 30.8 crores versus 8.82 crores year-on-year, but has reduced on a sequential basis versus over 90 odd crores that they did in terms of a loss in Q1 FY19. Other stocks in focus include something like Lupin, where its Nagpur facility, which was inspected with 0 observations in the month of September, has now received an establishment inspection report from the US FDA, and Biocon, as their Bangalore facility, has been inspected by the US FDA successfully with 0 observations.
Okay, well, thanks a lot for that. By the way, don't lose sight of the sudden crack in NBFCs. Bajaj Finance, the intraday chart should come up for you. It's now down almost 1.5%. It's almost like it's fallen off a cliff, the Bajaj Finance chart. Look at that. And, others as well. We spoke about Edelweiss, but look at Motilal Oswal, L&T Finance, Ujjiva and Canfin Homes, all at the low point right now, down about 1.5 to 3 odd %. But, well, we will keep tracking this story for you.